Cope, and we have Lila Swift out in the field for the Leopards News Network. There are so many stories, so many businesses getting eaten, so many farmers getting their faces eaten. Let's jump into some of these stories. Visandre posted this article out of Alabama, and I want to get into it because these construction people, just like farmers, rely on immigrant labor. They rely on their skilled labor. And the fact that they voted for a person that said, I'm about to deport all of these people, makes them also as dumb as the farmers. These people are dumb. Let's look at this article. Alabama construction industry may face devastating worker shortage under Trump immigration crackdown. This literally just dropped today. Alabama has a shortage of construction workers, and the Trump administration's crackdown on illegal immigration is threatening to make it worse, an industry leader said. Tim Harrison, chairman of the Associated Builders and Contractors of Alabama, said the construction industry supports the removal of immigrants who commit crimes. But he said the people who came here without legal documents years ago and have proven themselves as otherwise law-abiding and reliable employees are valuable for the industry and for the larger economy. Federal authorities carrying out the administration's call for mass deportations have stepped up raids on construction sites this summer. This summer, roughly 4 dozen workers were detained at school building sites in Baldwin County. From an economic standpoint, from our economy, taking this magnitude of workers out of our workforce will adversely affect our industry. It's going to create higher prices, going to create slower timelines. It's going to create some contractors going out of business because they can't have employees. It's just not a good situation. These people are so aggravating, it makes me want to pull out my hair. Harrison, who owns a construction company in Tuscaloosa, said he has heard the same concerns about a workforce shortage from leaders in other industries, including manufacturing and agriculture. They have talked to elected officials about the problem and possible solutions. We've been to Montgomery, we've been to Washington, we sat down with all of our representatives that would sit down with us, which was the majority of them. I want to remind us all that this is what Trump campaigned on, mass deportation now. Trump is racist. They're going after brown people. If your labor is highly brown, why would you vote for this? Y'all are some clowns. We're about to experience some food shortages. These farmers are about to lose their farms. These people are so dumb because they voted for Donald Trump again, and they're getting screwed like 5 different ways. They're getting screwed because of tariffs, raising their costs. They're getting screwed because of their labor is being deported. They're getting screwed because their grants are drying up. Banks won't loan them money anymore, and they're going to lose their farms. Our food supply is about to dry up, so that's going to drive our prices up higher along with tariffs. People's budgets are about to be jacked up because so many people are so dumb when it comes to voting. They're dumb when it comes to voting. And all of the people that voted for this, like, yeah, let's get rid of them. Tariffs. We're going to make so much money. They're dumb. And I really hope that your bank account is okay to survive this next 3.5 years. Tidal wave of problems. With harvest here, Trump's trade war pushes some U.S. farmers to the brink. I'm not doing this whole article. Eric Eukin, a 7th-generation farmer in western Idaho with 750 acres of corn and 600 acres of soybean, said pigs and cattle are making up for what he is losing on corn and soybeans this year. So he is a 7th-generation farmer, and he could lose his farm because he's a dumb McGrum. But Eukin said, we don't know what's happening next from day to day. Eukin said he voted for Trump over former VP Kamala Harris in 2024, but didn't vote for Trump in 2020. Said while he knew tariffs were coming, he didn't anticipate it being as bad as it is. This makes me so mad right now. He says, it is a tough situation right now with the lack of markets that we have or places to market our crops. And it's kind of the government that put us in that situation. Who voted for the government? who voted for the government. So I hate to pin it on the American taxpayer, but if they want us to survive, we're going to need some help. What about the people that needed social safety nets? What about the people that could have used some government help as far as student loans? These people are always getting bailed out. They're getting bailed out, but they feel like they deserve it and they are more deserving than other people. Still, he said he isn't sure Trump is willing to bail out farmers a second time because to the term limited Trump, he said it doesn't matter anymore. The last time we had bailouts, it was to his benefit to bail us out for future votes. Buying a future vote is not going to help him out one bit. It's not going to help him one bit. So this is what y'all gonna stress. Y'all gonna stress. Many of y'all gonna lose your farms. And I wish I had an F to give, but alas, my field of Fs is barren. I'm not doing the CNN article, but I just wanted y'all to see this headline. Farmers make urgent plea to Trump to stave off Farmageddon. It says tariffs, an immigration crackdown, and high interest rates are squeezing the agriculture sector this harvest season. Right now is a crucial time for them. That's the reason why many of them are so flustered and stressed. Farmers are scrambling for gear they never needed in the past, and more bad news for Americans battling higher prices. Winter heating bills are about to rise. Oh, man, it is going to be a rough winter. It's going to be a rough winter. This is very interesting to me because the Broligarchy, they were at the inauguration. They were fluffing Donald Trump's butt. They were giving him money and all of that. And now that he does this to them, Trump's new $100,000 fee on H-1B visas will hurt the tech companies trying to woo him. So he's about to... he has all of these ways that he's attempting to raise money versus just let the market do its thing. Trump's latest executive order on immigration will sharply curtail a visa program used by hundreds of thousands of people currently living in the United States. It also threatens some operations of the big tech companies that have tried hard to curry favor with Trump this year, raising the question of how much return those companies are getting on that ongoing investment. The president on Friday signed an executive order adding a $100,000 fee for high-skilled workers to enter the country through the H-1B visa program. It's a steep and dramatic overhaul for a program that many large companies have used to hire thousands of software engineers and other highly specialized workers. Now some of those companies are warning their workers to remain in the United States or to scramble to return by midnight tonight. We realize this is short notice, but returning soon is advisable, and you should make every effort possible to clear U.S. customs before 12 a.m. Sunday, meaning right now or earlier today. All right, so Amazon wrote to employees this weekend, according to an internal memo published by Business Insider and also reported by Reuters. Spokespeople for Amazon did not respond to NPR's request for comment on Saturday. Microsoft and JP Morgan Chase sent similar messages to employees after Trump signed the executive order. The new $100,000 fee only applies to new visas, not renewals or current visa holders, a White House official told NPR on Saturday. The H-1B program is popular among businesses, but critiqued across the political spectrum. More than 500,000 U.S. residents are in the United States on H-1B visas, according to a U.S. government estimate in 2020. Congress allows 85,000 H-1B visas to be issued through a lottery each year, for which the U.S. currently charges a $215 registration fee, though companies then pay thousands of dollars more in fees to file a visa application plus lawyers' fees. So this is about to start tapping those companies. Tap. Because what person can afford the $100,000 fee? This is what I was confused about. Are the companies paying this $100,000 or the people that are trying to come here? Because that seems very, very steep. And is that more that, are they going to make that in a year? That's a really high cost. So honestly, I'm a little confused about the $100,000. And Caroline Levitt, the press secretary, seems to not be on message, or the White House and their messaging is a little bit muddy because she made this post. It says, to be clear, 1, this is not an annual fee. It's a one-time fee that applies only to the petition. 2, those who already hold H-1B visas and are currently outside of the country right now will not be charged $100,000 to re-enter. So those companies are saying, get back really quick. She's saying it won't be charged, but who really knows? It says H-1B visa holders can leave and re-enter the country to the same extent as they normally would, whatever ability they have to do that is not impacted by yesterday's proclamation. 3, this applies only to new visas, not renewals, and not current visa holders. It will first apply in the next upcoming lottery cycle. Eric says, what the F are you talking about? Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick was standing right next to Trump at the signing when he, Lutnick, said it absolutely is an annual fee. Ram said, to be clear is a phrase you morons should never use. Nothing you say or do is ever clear. The only thing clear is chaos and confusion. Lutnick is on tape saying the opposite. JJ says, took less than 24 hours to butcher one of the best things Trump has done in 5 years as president. Connor says, when Indians are celebrating this, it's time to reconsider. It should be annual. It should be punitive. It should apply to current H-1Bs. America is not a revolving door for cheap foreign labor. It is a homeland for a distinct people whose interests must be put first. ARC509 says, you guys really love Indians for some reason. Nick says, okay, so not at all what was announced from the White House yesterday. Publius says, why did Howard Lutnick say 5 times in a row it was an annual fee standing next to President Trump? So that's what is going on right here. That is a video. Sons of Korah says, so much for America first. Until you stop the displacement of American workers at every level, these feeble symbolic gestures will only deepen hatred for a government that favors internationalists over its own people. So people are upset, but these people, like the White House, their messages are unclear. So I honestly really don't know what is going on. Y'all, go ahead and chime in and let me know if you understand what's going on.
Disney is facing a domestic and international boycott following its caving to Donald Trump's authoritarian attack on comedians and the media in the U.S. My comments of the post I did the other day, it is nonstop people canceling Disney Plus, canceling Disney vacations. And what's particularly interesting is people from around the world are doing it. I read an interesting article in Market Watch that claimed, Disney will be fine because half of their revenues for Disney Plus, their streaming service, come from abroad. And foreigners don't understand U.S. politics. They don't care about people enabling Donald Trump's fascism. Well, what do you know? It seems foreigners do understand what Donald Trump is. They do care about Donald Trump. They do care about America. They do care about authoritarianism. We learned that. The best part was they claimed, unlike Elon Musk's Tesla, Disney shouldn't have a problem. Tesla's the exact example. People around the world turned on Elon Musk for doing something as esoteric as cutting USAID, which is a program that a lot of people had not heard of. People know who Disney is. People know who Donald Trump is. Quick recap here. Donald Trump's administration clamped down on Disney and ordered them to fire a comedian. Otherwise, they said they were going to take away the broadcast license of Disney's subsidiaries, the ABC subsidiaries around the country. And Disney caved along with Hulu, ESPN. These are all a family of companies. And people have said, you know what? Enough is enough. Our democracy matters. America matters. Disney, family company, Americana, if they want to put themselves in bed with Donald Trump, so be it. Good luck with that business model going forward.
Canceling our Disney cruise.
Beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4. We've got millions of free child place holidays available, with 22 kilograms of baggage included. But now, with Jet2 holidays, package holidays you can trust.
Glad I only paid the deposit.
Who knew that a video of me canceling my Disney trip, getting my money back, choosing not to spend my money on a cruise would go viral? Now, to the people who, left positive comments, I hope you have an amazing day today. To the people that took their time to leave rude and nasty comments, and I mean the comments are crazy. Everything from, I'm ruining my child's experience, to, good, now I can go. which I don't care about that. Okay, if you want to go, go, because I don't care. Somebody was like, thanks for helping MAGA. Okay, if that's what you think it's about, like, this is my thing. The fact that what I choose to do with my money and my vacation and my family bothers you so much really says something about you. For the record, I've been to over like 25 countries. My child's passport is stamped up. I don't really need the Disney cruise. Happy Saturday.
So there's rumors coming out of California that Jimmy Kimmel might be back on the air as early as Monday night, that Disney is going to back down. Not only that, but they're willing to offer Jimmy Kimmel an apology for actually suspending him for absolutely no reason other than doing his job. See, the problem here is when you have 500,000 people cancel their Disney subscriptions in 48 hours, and the fact that Disney's got a new Avengers movie coming out that they're real scared nobody's going to go see, that seems to, financially affect how they feel about whether or not Jimmy Kimmel has the right to say what he wants to say, like his contract says. Not only that, but Next Media and Sinclair are also being told that they're going to have to issue a public apology to Jimmy Kimmel, otherwise he won't come back. See, Sinclair Media, which controls a lot of TV stations, almost 39%, of the ABC affiliates in the United States, had a backlash from their own conservative people that were very upset that they used their power to silence somebody that they think actually tells the truth about douchebag Donnie. Keep this in mind, boys and girls. It may sound like cancel culture is a great thing for you MAGA minions. The problem is freedom of speech is still freedom of speech. And the people who are right don't get canceled.
I saw a video today that said, you're not ready for a revolution if you can't even give up Disney. And I'm here to say, if I can cancel my Disney subscription, I think you can manage to cancel your Disney subscription. And this might be an unpopular opinion, but it doesn't even have to be permanent. If all you can manage is to cancel your subscription for 1 month, you are at least sending the message with the timing of your cancellation that you do not like what is going on. Let me explain why I think it is so important. Involving on tyranny. The very first rule in his book, do not obey in advance. And that is what Disney did with canceling Kimmel. They heard there might be some issues down the road that they might have to deal with, and instead say canceled, which, by the way, Kimmel had a contract, so now he is suing. So Disney obeyed in advance. They said, we will bow to your wills because you said so. And that says some very negative things about our freedom of speech and things to come. So for the foreseeable future, I will be keeping my Disney Plus and Hulu subscriptions canceled. I will also be shifting some of my focus on my paid.